Welcome to the Become Sensible podcast, where we discuss practical accounting, finance, and tax for everyday business. I'm your host, Fiona, and I'm here to show you that no matter what your business financial situation is, you can change it. Good morning and welcome back to the podcast Become Sensible. So we are here, the last quarter of 2025. And I don't know about you, but this quarter always feel different. The last quarter of the year and something about October's, the weather change, the air gets sharper, the noise slow down. And somewhere in the quiet, we just realized that we have a 90-day left to close the year. So in this episode, we will talk about how to plan, execute, and feel your way through the final quarter as the CEO that you are, not just in your business, but also in your life. Not just only like finish strong for the year 2025, but we want to help you to actually redefine what it means to finish strong for the years. And maybe this will be the quarter that you will achieve all the goals, the thing that you set for 2025. So the first thing, before we can plan and execute anything into the future, it's always start with the reset. It starts here, this is where we do the reflection. Because if you don't actually review what is going on in your business, in your life for year to date, it means for the last 3 quarters, it's very hard for us to determine the goal that we need to achieve in the last quarter of the year. So I want you to like pause over here and ask yourself 3 honest questions, the same one I ask myself every single quarter. Number 1 is what actually worked. It's just not only like how much the money that you make, but what actually moved you forward. What gave you the energy, what gave you the flow, what created the momentum for you. The second question is what didn't work and why. We don't need to be like sugarcoat ourselves about it at all because this is our company goals, our business goals, our life goals. Sometimes like sugarcoats and like make this like easier, more empathy. That's just fine. But then we would not have a clear decision about the thing that's not working. So you can ask more like, was this the time that you feel distraction, burnout, avoidance, or choose the goal that is misalignment? It's need to be like have a radical honest because Q4 doesn't need to have maybe not like a new goal, but maybe like a better decision for your business and your life. And the last question, what did I avoid? And what would happen if I face it? And I think this is one of the hardest questions that we ever need to ask ourselves because it's expose our own like the thing that we don't want to do because we have one thing that we know is will work, but we keep like dancing around is the projects, the conversation, the lunch, the habits, the system that we know could change every single thing that we internal in our intuition, in our gut, is tell us that it will change every single thing, but we don't want to do it. And that's just where that we need to like face the most. Here's the truth. Avoidance is a very expensive thing. It costs energy, time, and reputation than anything in your business. And so before you add a new goal, name the thing that you have been avoiding and commit to facing it this quarter. That is your leverage point. So now after like you review is maybe like during the weekend or sometime that you have a quiet time, that there's no distraction and there's no phone call or email that need to answer. This is where the time that I think the best time for you to do the reflections and reset. And then now we move into the part 2 is how to rebuild. So I'm going to teach you my Q4 design framework. I think it's a CEO playbook that you can use it for the next 90 days. Of course, I gave you the framework and you just fill in the thing that relate to your business and your life. Then of course, I cannot fill in everything for you because I don't actually know your specific business situation. So step number one, a 2, 3 focus category. You don't need like 50 goals, but you need three priorities. Now, beginning of the year, we can have a life. We say, okay, this year we will have 10 goals, 20 goals. But now you have just only one quarter. And you know that their certain goal is not going to be like the most priority thing need to be achieved or need to be done in this year. And those you need to move out. Choose three main goals that the priorities for your business success and that define how you know that whether your business will be success in 2025 would make everything easier or like irrelevant. Your category might be revenue and client result, maybe operating and team, maybe health and present, maybe scaling, maybe visibility, system and leadership. Like write them down. This is your Q4 departments. Step two, define success measures. You always know if you are listening on our podcast, there's nothing that without measure, even if it's like a qualitative position of the work, if you don't have the way to measure how it looks like to be success, there's no way that you will know whether you in the right direction and whether the work that actually deliver the result that you expect. And that is where the gap most of the time is we just have an abstract idea. But like if you can make things become like measurable, it will be easier for you to be like to understand whether you are on track in that goals. Here's the thing. Instead of you say that I will grow my revenue, maybe that you need to be specific, that you need to get $500,000 cash in the bank of the business by December 31st. Or maybe that is 30% profit margin that you need to achieve. Instead of you say like, oh, I need to rest more, maybe that you will say that I will take every Sunday from now until the end of the year will be fully off laptop closed from October to December. Clarity is the most underrated business strategy. People always ask like, what's kind of business strategy that I need to have or like what to do? I can say that most strategy work, but it's need to have a clarity why you do that, how you measure it, and how it tie into the company overall goals and movement. That is when you have be able to answer all these questions most of the time. That is shown and then it help you to move to the goal that you have for the company. Step three, break down the goal by monthly, weekly, and daily. And I cannot stress enough this step because I think like many people have the goal, set a goal, have a strategy, but they cannot have like this go back to today. If I actually want to have achieve certain goal by December 28th or December 31st of this year, I cannot think about next 3 months only. I need to calculate it, what I need to do today. Maybe that is 2 hours, talk to a potential client. Maybe that is 1 hour to like review the quality control of my team. Maybe that is 1 hour just to hire the people to coming into the position. Whatever the goal that you have for the next 3 months, it needs to be discounted and go into what you need to do every single day. And without daily action, I always say like everything you do every day will determine what you achieve in a week, in a month, and in a year. And it's the same thing in this situation that if you have certain goal for December 31st, then today, what is the thing that you need to do? And always need to remember that we have a Thanksgiving holiday week coming up. That week, most of the time, we don't work. No one actually work, except if you in e-commerce and retail business. That is one of the hardest month for you and your team. But like the other people in different sector, they don't work during that time. So make sure that you account for it. Most of the time, the same thing, the holiday from Christmas to the New Year, most of the people will not work. So if unless your business in that sector in that industry that need to like the peak season for you, then you totally blend different. But other business and other industry, you need to account at those time that you don't actually work. So don't over account it for the time that you have. For example, if you say that you want to add like $100,000 in revenue every single month from now to December, then you need to set like how much is your average and like need to fill in, how much is conversion and delivery, how much is renewal and marketing for the next year. That can translate it into how much is average and how much is the follow-up and the thing that you need to do every single day to move to that, and put it on calendar, because if it's not on your calendar, it don't live in real time at all. Step number 4, build momentum through micro wins. Momentum beat motivation every single time. Sometimes, like when we think about, okay, we have a strategic planning for the whole company. Like if you have a 10, 20 people on the team and you think about like build for the whole company, it's just so overwhelming. But if you start, and I think this is on, which is the book, I think Tiny Habits, they say to build the muscle memory. Like start everything ridiculously small. The thing that you haven't done it before, the new strategy, the new thing that you want to do that you haven't done this before, start it in a ridiculous small step. Like maybe send one email, send one DM, call one person, talk to one new person. It just make the resistance and the friction for you to do the new thing is very low. Like the price to entry is so low that your brand is override your brand thing that like, okay, resistance is so hard to do. You start one small, ridiculous small thing that help you to create the momentum. Then you have your brand basically have a new data and track records in their mind say, oh, this is not that hard. And we can actually start there. And I know like we normally, especially business owners, we normally think about top down. It means that you want to have a big overview chart on and then you put down into the detail. Most of the time that work, but that's require you to have a very strong habit in terms of like execution and pursue new thing. But if you have a never done met something, the new strategy, new plan, that you never done it before, it's create a huge resistance. So start one new thing. Like for example, like my client, they want to like use the new system. The first step, I wouldn't like recommend them to talk to a ton of sales rep of this software to like get idea about the company. It would the software it will create a lot of volume of information overload. I say, okay, here's this couple system that we recommend. You just create a free trial version and you come in and you use the system, play with it. Play with the software to see what is the function, whether it's user friendly, whether it's achieve the thing that you want to do. And once you like it, we choose that system. And if you want more advanced in it, we can get their sales team to train for you. But if you never try it and you don't actually have a feeling whether you like it, is this meet your goal, then you will never actually use it in the long term. And that's just why I say like make it so easy, so small that there's just no barriers for you to start with it at all. So part 3 will be the execution. And I think this is where most of the people get wrong because they overplan it, but they under execute it. And I think in business, like anyone in the business for a while, they know that your business success depends on execution. How fast you bring the strategy, your plan into execution. One of the article or like interview long times ago I listened to, and they say the nature of strategy is create some anxiety because your strategy, even though you base the data on history information to build a strategy, but it actually not exist in real life yet, not executed yet. So there will be a huge part of your strategy need to adjust when it go into execution. And that is why If you don't give enough time for your execution and adjustment your plan, you will have a very hard time to make your strategy become achievable and your goal become achievable. So how to do it? How to do your Q4 like anything that you map for is 80% of its work. Number one, simplify the system. You don't need like another slide, 17 different software or a more complicated system. And I always say this, the people who become so expert and so good in the thing, they make things become so simple so that people in their team can execute it. Like if you have a process that have a 20 steps, except I mean in some different industry and niche like medical field and all those, that's special. But most of the time, we small business owner is scaling the company. We shouldn't have a very long lengthened step because that where your team will lose the focus, will be like exhausted to track all the execution and they fail to finish the whole process. So instead of 20 steps, you may need to just only have a five. Instead of have a seven step, you may need just only like have a three or four step. Make it ridiculous simpler so that people can follow up, can process it, and can make the work done the whole process. And it takes maybe like 10 minutes and have a single spreadsheet, a note, like you name it as like Q4 commands. Inside of it, you have a three section, the goals, the habits, the weekly win. How do you know, like every Sunday or every Friday, how do you know what actually worked during the week and what you need to change and what will get the repeated and what didn't, what needs to be like the new strategy for the new week. And by doing so, you actually know exactly, okay, whether you execute the plan that you have and what is going wrong, what is the new strategy or adjustment in the way that you take action towards certain thing. Number two, use if then method. And this is one of my favorite things because like we ridiculously plan every single thing. Like at 5 a.m., we need to hit the gym. At 6 p.m., we need to add the networking event. Or at 4 p.m., we need to be on this call. I don't know your calendar. My calendars, it has every single thing need to be done every single hour until the time that I go to bed. And it's look very ridiculous. But then if something happen, then what I do with it, like for example, if like I miss my workout at 7 p.m., then when I can make up that 30 minutes or 1 hours not working out, maybe it's like 9 p.m. on the walking path at home. Or maybe if I cannot respond to that emails, important email, but because all my meeting was like spill over the time. And by the time I finish and I need to go into another like networking events or like I need to pick up my son and I cannot get that email response. Then when I can't do that, maybe that 30 minutes the beginning of the day, or maybe 30 minutes before the tomorrow I come into the meeting, or I can call them instead of respond to the email. So that's way if this happen, then what will happen? Then when we will do that help you to make sure that all the things that important in your life or in your business will have a time to be taken care of. So maybe not right now at this certain moment, at that time block on your calendar, but maybe in the next couple hours, or maybe like the first thing tomorrow. If you have that plan in the way, then you always have time for your priorities action to happen. And I think this is one of the secrets that help me always like get the thing done is because I know what is the priority. It need to be happen. If not happen this time, then when it need to happen. And number three, communicate your goal. If you have a team and you lead a team and you have a couple department, if you have a business partner, even if you just manage your own energies, communication is execution. Make sure that the people who need to support you in your last quarter of the year knows your priority, knows your expectation, and set the boundary. Don't be the market leaders, be the one that have transparency, and that will help the people who work with you or who have a part of your life an integrated system. I always think that life and work is like an integrated system. We have the people that work with and partners and other people in the system. And when we collaborate and we communicate clearly, things move faster, things get it done correctly. Number 4, anchors every goal or habit. It's called habit stacking. I listened to this in one of the podcasts about habits. You need to stack habit. It means that anything that you already do is automatically every single day. You stack the new habit coming in on top of that habit so that it's easier for you to take that new action, that new habits. Like for example, after my morning coffee, I will sit down and review the work of my team. Or like every Thursday team meeting, I will review metrics. Or like after my Friday wrap up, I will record one reflection note. You are not focusing the habits; you are just integrating, and this is one of the things that make change and adding new habits coming in easier. And one of the things that I always do is like if I decide to do something the next day, I do it because I just basically like stack it on top of the thing that I already done this easily. So for me, if I already do something easy, I just stack the new habit, a new change on top of it. It's make you feel like it's not very hard at all. Number 5, track, reflex, and trust adjust. Don't wait until January to review what actually working. All the things will happen for your strategy and achieve your goals is based on how much that you review, how often that you review it, how much that you adjust and change the strategy and your action. Don't wait until you finish the quarter. If it, by Friday, okay, your pilot doesn't work, or is it your operation efficiency is not working, your new strategy not working, change it and adjust it. And the ability to have a flexibility to change it and adjust to the feedback of the markets, that is the key for your business to be like achieve your business goal. And the last part of this is the mindset. Let's talk about the headspace of execution because strategy without a self-trust is just sitting on your spreadsheets, sitting on your note, sitting in your business plan. I want to remind you that you don't need to be motivated every single day. Motivation come and go, but discipline is the engine. The best entrepreneur, athlete, artists, they don't chase motivation. They desire discipline. They set the system so that it's carried down when the energy is low. Like me, one other thing is, and I don't mean like I'm very proud of this system that I set for myself. I don't proud of, but this is the way that helped me to avoid that habits all the time. That like one of the thing is I don't drink and I don't really drink. And how for me not drinking and effortlessly and easily is because I have a system for it. You don't have any drink at home is number 1. Number 2, because I train for racing Ironman 70.3, I have a ridiculous schedule for exercise and training. And that make me like, because I need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning the next day. Drinking make me the next day feel very bad because I cannot wake up and feel clear mind at that time. And also because the requirement of my works that make me to have the system that prevent me to actually drink. And it's now become an effortlessly habit. And so anything that you want to do, design the system that help you to do this without any motivation. without any like reinforcement. For me, like I wake up, I know that I don't like that feeling, and that's just therefore any networking event and anywhere I go, I rarely actually drink anything, and it's just become naturally now for decades now. And that is because you have the system in the place to reinforce the habit, the thing that you want to achieve. And so maybe the theme for this Q4 is discipline and a devotion for the goal that you have, devotion for the bigger vision, for the future that you are building, for the CEO, for the business owner that you are becoming. Because here's the thing, sometimes you don't need actually new identity every January, but you should just need a deeper commitment every single day. Commitment to the person that you become, commitment to the goal that you set for your business, for your personal life. So if only remember three things from the episode today, let it be this. Number one, reflect honestly. Because this reflection is not for anyone, for you, for your company, but the person that you will become and the business that you want to become. Number two, disguise everything simply. Tweak goal, clear metrics, micro action. Number three, execute with intention. That is discipline, not perfection. Momentum, not pressure. If you are close your laptop on December 31st, I will want you to feel something deeper than just pride. I want you to feel peace, knowing that you show up differently this year, this quarter, that you decided the quarters with clarity and lead with it with precision. Because when you treat your life like your best business, you stop surviving quarterly. You start create errors, the momentum. I will see you in the next episode. Let's make the Q4 the proof that you already have all the capability. It's not just a big dream, but up consistent of greatness and discipline and commitment to the goals and the thing that you want to achieve. Thank you so much for your time today. And I'm looking forward to the next episode. Bye bye.